I think the one common thing is, to me, that we found something that we really like, and we've just kept working at it, and we've just kept working a seam, like they use it in mining terms.
Tricycle Wine Company has evolved organically from friendships and family.
If you fly over the range, you get to see both where our vineyards are, but you also get to see how they bracket and fit into the four regions of the North Coast. And that's Napa Valley, Sonoma Valley, Mendocino County, and Lake County.
So here we are over San Francisco, and as you can see, the bay is off to your right there. And at the very northern part of that bay is where Napa starts. And as we zoom into the very southern part of Napa, we get to an appellation called Carneros. That's where Poseidon's Vineyard is. That's where we make our Molnar family wine. And there's a little tiny block on there called Primos Hill and Boomflies Hill. That's where we make our Casamar Blaise Pinot Noir and also our Casamar Blaise Chardonnay. And what's neat about Poseidon's Vineyard and that whole Carneros region, it's down by the very southern part of Napa. It's a very cool climate, a lot of fog, and Chardonnay and Pinot love that kind of weather. As you zoom out of Poseidon's Vineyard, you can see Napa on your right, and it's really the start of the Great Mayacamas Range. The Mayacamas Range is what defines the North Coast in California, and really all great wines come off the flanks of the Mayacamas or off the ridges of the Mayacamas. Some of the great districts of the Mayacamas Range include Spring Mountain, Howell Mountain, Mount Veeder. These are appellations that are up about 500 feet, 1,000 feet. And as you get further north and it gets warmer, that's really where Cabernet likes to grow. And as you get up to altitude, the sunlight creates thicker grape skins, which creates more flavor. As you go further up the Mayacamas Range, you get up to Obsidian Ridge Vineyard. This is a brand new appellation called the Red Hills of Lake County. It's up at 2,600 feet. It's 1,000 feet above those high altitude vineyards in Napa. The flavor that you get out of this wine, because it's at altitude, is so different than the seaside Pinot and Chardonnay we grow at Poseidon's Vineyard. Now that we've talked about the terroir of vineyards, we'll take you all the way across the world to talk about the terroir of oak. Oak, just like vineyards, has its very own and very distinct terroir. These are the northern forests of Hungary, known as Tokaj. This is where we source all of our wood that go into the Kadar Hungary barrels that we use exclusively for Tricycle Wine Company wines. Here you can see the northern oak forests, and they include very cold climate, tight-grained oak that make for great wines. And that's pretty much a tour of how we make our wines, both understanding the terroir of vineyards in California and the terroir of oak in Hungary. So now we're back in California, and those are the places we walk every year. We travel every year to find the oak, to put in our barrels, to grow the grapes, to put in our bottles of wine. It's a small cadre of young wine industry veterans that focus on controlling the three aspects of great wine: vineyards, barrels, and winemaking, because that's sort of the order we do them.
Is that our mission statement?
At least most years.